Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute but I am back. I'm so buzzing for this video, like I always say that I know, but I'm extra buzzing. Right, I have a massive sense of deja vu because I actually already filmed this whole video me talking the lot. Then after, I didn't like it. I was like, nah. Basically, right, here's a bit of backstory. I filmed the whole video, which is, we're not talking about what the video is yet. In fact, you've seen the thumbnail, but still. You know that way where you just like, I'm listening to myself and I'm like, that just isn't me. Like, I can do way better than that. So, being a perfectionist and diagnosed with OCD, I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to come back and refilm it. Now, that obviously takes some serious level of crazy. Like, I've literally sat for an hour filming it to then go, nah, we're going again. The Girl Talk / Lashes Love and Life series. If you're new to this series, hi and welcome. It is so nice to meet you. So this series is basically once a month on the last day of the month. I put up polls on my Instagram where people take part in a particular topic. This topic can be about absolutely anything. However, being January and being like Health Kit January, I thought what a perfect time to talk about weight loss, weight gain, just overall fitness journeys, as opposed to the other ones where it's largely people saying stuff, me giving my honest, no bullshit opinion on it. The difference with this one is it is massively just me talking and you like listening. If you're not new here, you will know I make my videos as fun as possible. I have a way of talking that's just like a chat shit, but in a good way. This episode, which is number 4, is fitness. So all things fitness, whether it's weight loss, weight gaining, muscle gains, just fitness in general. Now this is one of my favourite things to talk about. I'm very passionate about it. Am I a PT? Absolutely fucking not. However, I have been in the fitness game. That sounds like a prostitute, like I've been in the game. Back, right, take it back now, y'all. Taking a way back, that kind of just like went really weird for a minute. I just love fitness and a lot of people always ask me about my fitness journey. It's going to all be in this. I'm going to tell you guys how I went from this to this to this, and we're just going to talk about absolutely everything. No bullshit, no like wrapping it up like a little bow. I'm not going to make myself sound better than I could, like, oh, I ate just like celery stick, when really I was eating crisps. And do I feel like I could help people? Yeah. Do I want to help people? Of course. But the way to help people isn't through bullshit, and that is something I promise you there will be none of in this video, even if it makes me look a shitty person. Hit that wee bell, turn on your notifications, and please sit back with a gin, with a cuppa, or maybe a pre-workout and enjoy this video. Let's go. Let's talk. Now, where do I begin? At the beginning probably, but let's begin. I was about 15 stone-ish and I lost like 2 stone of that. Basically, my weight gain was actually due to medications. I was on quite a lot of medications, quite high doses. It caused like rapid weight gain. So I was on like medication. I gained a lot of weight, but I also had a lot of medical stuff going on that I don't really talk about on this channel. I don't know if I want to talk about it. It is a massive part of my life, right? And it's something that I feel beneficial if I get out there, and I feel like I'm always hiding a part of myself. However, I also don't want to do that thing where you have something wrong with you and it then clouds the rest of your work. So people always bring it back to that thing or say you got popular based on that thing, whereas I want my channel and my following to grow because of me and because I like my personality and not what my medical condition could sell you. You're probably regretting me going back to the beginning now, but I say recovering because it's more like learning basic things again. So take from that what you will, such as walking. So once I was learning these things, I then obviously was losing weight because my body went from not moving to moving overnight. Or not overnight, but do you know what I mean? Like, naturally you will lose weight because your body's not used to it, and just a few steps can feel like an hour of cardio. I lost about 2 stone doing walking, And then I was like, right, I really want to take the next step. I don't want to be this person. I didn't like being bigger. I just wanted to kind of shift the pounds. And there was a wee gym in Greenock, Curves. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it. I think they're kind of big over in the US. I'm not entirely sure. Curves is basically an all women's kind of gym. So it's like a little circle. And there's like machine, mat, all in a circle, and it's a half-hour workout. So basically you go in and you do 30 minutes on the machine, 30 minutes on the mat, and you just keep repeating for 30 minutes. You then can go to classes, which is again like 1 minute on the machine, 1 minute on the mat, following instructors like boxing, Zumba, all these things. It was such a cool wee place. It's actually not in Greenock anymore, which is pretty gutting, but the girls were also lovely. It was obviously an all female, so like girl power environment. And when I thought about actually going to like actual gyms, you know, where there's boys and stuff, and they dubbed like a lovelies, but I'm kind of now one of them, which like pisses me off, because when you're that opposite end of the like scale, it means girls run on the treadmill who are thin, they have no problems apparently. That's bullshit, right? That is so bullshit. I can tell you now, being at the opposite end of the scale, like a lovelies is not a thing. It's a thing you tell yourself to put yourself while going to the gym. These like a lovelies are judging you. Are they? Fuck, I'm one of them. I do not judge you. I am honestly inspired by you. Like when I see people going to the gym now and I know they're putting everything in to losing weight, I feel inspired by that strength, because I also know what that strength is like, and it takes a lot to just put yourself out there in the gym, but also keep applying yourself to your sessions. Like, I know what it takes, and these Lycra lovelies could have been in your position before, or they could be inspired by you. You'll probably get some judgy ones, right? That just comes with it. I did say no bullshit. You will get some judgy ones, but fuck them! Who do they think they are? They are people that maybe look nice and lycra, but they're absolute twats. Okay, back to curves. Curves for me was just the perfect place to start my fitness journey. You get weighed, measured, you get like the full works done. You get this done like once a month, so on my first month I probably dropped half a stone. This is something I really want to talk about. So a lot of people, right, they lose half a stone or something in their first month. They're very encouraged by this. They're like, whoa, I'm losing weight, great. The second month they don't lose the same, or they lose only a fraction of that. They then think it's not working. Here's the thing, always go into it assuming or being aware that your first month is mainly water weight. That sounds really shit, but your first month you are going to be like exercising off a lot of water weight, because you're used to minimal exercise and you're now going into like moderate to heavy exercise. You will see quite a hike in your first month of training, and the second one might not be anywhere near that, and you'll get demotivated and you think it's not working, or I'm doing something wrong. You're doing nothing wrong. It is how it is. Your first month will always be your biggest weight loss. Like probably for a few months after that, it will always be your biggest or even your best. And there's nothing wrong with you. You aren't doing anything wrong. The exercise is working. It's just you had a lot of water weight to lose. As you go into the next month, you don't have water weight, so you can really see a reflection of what you are losing. If you feel like the number isn't high enough, maybe you could be applying yourself more, but you might have the goal that I did, which is slow and steady, and as long as you're losing something a month, you're pretty okay with that. It's also a lot to be said as well, when people start losing weight, they are like, oh, I want to go all in, I'm cutting out carbs, cake, all the shit I like basically. Unless you're someone that knows they like living a life without cake or their favourite foods, or you like eating chicken and rice and all these things, on you go, right? If you're happy with that, on you go. If you're someone who is literally just cutting these things out to lose weight, bitch please. You won't have to go to the extremes with it. You can lose weight slow and steady, or you can lose weight by having a wee treat but paying it off in the gym later. So say you had cake at the weekend, work your arse off in the gym on the Monday. Say you had a treat is fine. It isn't going to fuck you over. Like, people think if they eat that little bit of cake, that they're then going to like undo all their hard work. Babe, it does not work like that. If you're doing weights, for example, and you have some carbs and all that, that actually really kind of works well with a session. Carbs are actually good for you because you can apply them to your sessions to work harder and have more energy. Losing weight, you're just cutting out foods because you think it's a quick way to lose weight. Yeah, okay, it's a quick way to lose weight. But then you start craving cake again and you have cake and then you always want cake. It's a slippery slope. Like for me personally, I would say portion control is the way to go. I am not a PT, I am not qualified in any way, but I have obviously had a big experience of losing weight and weight training, and I'm not here to misinform. I'm literally just telling my story. So if you're a PT watching this and feel alarmed or feel shocked or feel like damn right disgusted, I'm sorry, but I'm literally just telling my story in the hopes that it can help one other person or just people kind of find the right path for them. I joined Curbs. I was 13 stone. I really struggled to even get myself up off the floor, even though that was medical conditions. A lot of it was my weight as well, and weighing in and stuff each month was daunting. Of course, the first month I lost quite a bit, and then the second, the third, the fourth, it was good, but I would say my inch loss was better than my fat loss. Something that I would say is really beneficial if you're measuring yourself. I would say sometimes the scales don't represent what a weigh and measure would. So for example, if you weighed yourself and you only lost a pound, that could be 3 inches off your arms, 3 inches off your thighs. So I would definitely say like measure yourself along the way. Like weigh-ins are important because truthfully the inches are where you're going to actually see change. So that when you're like shrinking in inches and like your arms are getting smaller, that's when you're going to see change. And whether you do it at home, with a PT, a gym, anywhere you can actually measure yourself would be ideal. Also, another top tip, when you're losing weight and at your start of the journey, you don't really want to be taking photos because you might actually not like yourself that much. But photos are key to your success. Not only does it feel so motivating, feeling of great pride at the end of the journey when you see that photo at the beginning, it also helps you keep track when your mind is kind of playing tricks on you. Some months I felt like a failure. I felt like, should I just give up, or I'm not seeing any difference in the mirror? But then I would go back to that first photo, right, that early days photo, and I would be like, your mind will play hella tricks on you. If you're someone on a weight loss journey, do this right now. Create a wee album on your phone. It could be called Fitness Journey, Fitness, anything you want to call it. Create that wee folder. Take a picture today, take a picture, and one where your body is on show, preferably one that you can look back on and definitely see change. So get those angles in. Then once a month add to that folder, and then you can do like a wee pick stitch, pick collage thing and compare all the photos, and babe, you will see change. If everyone else is telling you you're shrinking and you can't see it, that wee folder is gold dust when you're losing weight. Not only does it help you look back and feel proud, it also helps you when your mind is playing tricks on you, because that wee mind, she's a fucking bitch. Oh my god, my mind was awful to me. Like, why I hate her. Like, she hated me some days and she was telling me I wasn't good enough and there's no change. We all have wee neckhead, right? Negative head. We all have neckhead, and when neckhead creeps up, she can really derail us from making any sort of progress whatsoever. So the more we can kind of shut neckhead up by looking at something right in front of us and be like, hun, I know that's not what you're telling me. 2 years I was at Curves, I lost 6 stone and I ended up being down just above 8 stone, and that was pretty amazing. But I had some people telling me it was too slow and I could have like lost the weight quicker. Quite a wee bit of criticism. And I was like, how can you say someone's weight loss is too slow? Like, you took a while. In my whole 2 years, I only ever had 1 month where I gained half a pound, and that was when I was on a period. Every month I had inch loss. I had like at least a pound coming off me. Like, I was consistently losing weight over Christmas. At times when people tend to gain weight, I lost 6 pounds. Then there was people telling me I took too long to lose weight. There's no time limit on losing weight, and I feel like almost the longer you take in some cases, the more you're going to maintain it. I see some of those people now and they're going backwards, and I'm like, don't you wish you'd done it my way? I feel like when you do kind of go slow and steady, you're actually prepping for a better future for yourself. And for me, I didn't want to go on crazy diets. Now I could have, but I was like, why would I want to eat food that I have no taste for at all? Like, why would I want to cut food out? Like, I kind of felt very strongly at the start, I want both. I want to enjoy my food, the food I like, but lose weight. I learned very quickly that you can do both. And this is where PTs are going to be wincing a wee bit if they're watching this, but you can do both. How you do both is portion control. Now this doesn't mean it's an easy way out, far from it. It is not an easy way out. Now, when you portion control, and I mean really portion control by not taking like 2 chips off your plate and go, I'm slimming down. No, babe, no. I mean actual portion control where you do have to be quite strict with yourself. So say I had 2 fajitas before, I just had 1. And say I had a plate of chips and I have half of that. And say I got a Chinese takeaway, I half it, rather than have this full lot to myself. Any takeaway, I half it. Then the likes of crisps, now I love crisps, chocolate as well. I portion controlled my chocolate so that I was enjoying the chocolate, but less of it. And kind of like sauce glasses you get, or like, I don't know, like spice glasses, I don't know, but basically I would take one of them and I would put my crisps in it. And at night I would be enjoying my crisps. I would get like a share bag of crisps and each night just take some from it, put it in this wee bowl, and I would decide one bowl, if I was still hungry, I would then have french fries because they're quite low cal, low fat crisps, and I stuck to that for the whole 2 years. Obviously sometimes I just like had an extra Chinese a week. Like, I was still having 1 Chinese a week, half it every time though, but like if I accidentally, I don't want to say accidentally like it's wrong because it's not wrong at all, but like I accidentally ate more, it was no big deal. It affected me losing something because I was applying myself at the gym, and also I was sticking to my portion control like 90% of the time. It definitely takes some determination because you're faced with a choice and you have the food you like in the house and you're faced with a choice to eat more of it or eat less of it. Whereas if you kind of chuck the bullshit, the temptation almost, then you don't have that food in the house, so you only have good food to choose from. But then you're also seeing the rest of the food as forbidden, and it should not be forbidden. You have the food, like it got you gaining weight in the house, but you're choosing to like not eat as much as it. But if you wanted more of it, it's there in your kitchen. So I can see why some people find it easier to cut the stuff out. But I think you just have to be more determined than that. Like if you really want to do change, like you really want to see change and you want it to be a life change, then definitely like do portion control, because eventually when you go into like another part of your journey, so this is like phase 1, like cutting down, changing your body. Phase 2 I would say is then toning up and muscle. When you get into phase 2 you can afford to eat more, you can do all these like calorie surplus and all these things, and you can afford to have a little bit extra. So I would say definitely try portion control first, and if it doesn't work for you then definitely maybe look at like cutting down. Don't cut out food groups because I find that like, I hate that kind of stuff when I see people like cutting food groups out. I'm like, it's not going to last. Like 9 times out of 10 it is not going to last. Okay, so I just popped off screen there because I thought I would get the wee bowls I'm talking about. So I got this in IKEA. Now this is so grubby, I'm sorry because I've just like fingerprinted it. But these wee bowls here, now these are like £1 in IKEA. This is what I would portion control with. So my crisps would fill that bowl, which isn't many. But it's enough to satisfy a craving. The same with like anything else that I just wanted. This was what I put in. That's my kind of advice on how I lost weight, how I maintained it, the way I lost it, etc, etc, etc. It's so funny when I talk about weight loss and the journey I've been on, because I was literally the girl that fucking detested PE, right? Now, everyone says I hated PE, right? I used a belly button piercing as an excuse for not one, but 2 whole years to get out of PE. Now I know that says a lot about the PE teacher, and it does me, right, because how he let me have this excuse is absolutely baffling, but I used that as an excuse for PE, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but I also used my OCD diagnosis to not do social dancing, nothing, because I was like, I don't like touching people, I don't like contact, which is kind of true, but I totally played on my OCD diagnosis, and I'm sorry psychologists out there, but I was a teenager, what do you expect? I hated PE, and I shit you not, right, my PE card actually says Lauren behaves well when in the PE department. That's it. That is all my PE report said, was that. That's it. Like, she behaves well when in the PE department. She doesn't do good, nothing, because he didn't know. He didn't even know if I could run, for fuck's sake. Like, oh, that shit's funny. One tip I definitely have to give is find your niche. Now, by this I mean find your exercise niche. Exercise is not a one size fits all bracket. Now, a lot of people actually give up on exercise because they do one. So say they started doing cardio and they're like, I fucking hate cardio, I'm done. Don't just give up because you tried cardio, you did some treadmill work and you hate it. Of course you hate it, because I hate it as well, but that doesn't mean you're meant to just be doing cardio. Like, you could be trying like boxercise, body combat, body pump, like grit, like circuits, kettlebells, Zumba, yoga, like swimming. Like, exercise is not a one size fits all bracket. A lot of people do give up after trying literally one form of exercise. Like, no, like, try them all, be a gym slut, jump about all the different exercises till you find one you like and you're like, I want to settle down with that. That is literally just what you do. Like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I like you, I'll keep you, you're my favourite. And you'll probably find once you have your favourite, your view of exercise will change, and then maybe you didn't like cardio before, but you'll start to actually like it a bit more because you're more into exercise now. So definitely try different forms of exercise and see where that journey takes you, because I bet, and I can bet on this, there will be an exercise out there for you. You've just not really searched it yet. People think cardio on a treadmill. No, cardio can be body combat, Zumba. Now for me, Zumba was like my favourite cardio because you go into that like room, you're dancing for an hour, you're living your best life, right? You have these silent in your head competitions with the person next to you, right? She pure loves Zumba. She's probably been doing it for about 20 years, right? And you have a big competition like, I want to outdance her. She doesn't know she's in a competition with you, but you know you're in a competition, and you shake your booty harder than you've ever shaked it before, right? And honestly, Zumba is so good because you don't feel like you're exercising, you're just there for a good time. It's quite cheap as well, like most places just take like a wee donation and that's it. Other places are free. Yoga is another one where, oh my god, right, when I first done yoga, awful at it, but yoga honestly changed my mindset. And if you're someone that struggles with mindfulness and you struggle with your mindset and motivation, I would definitely recommend doing yoga. Especially like for me, right, meditation does not work. I just sit and think the whole time. I'm meant to be like in the zone. I just think and think and think. But if you struggle with this, doing a high impact yoga class, like quite intense, as opposed to just kind of stretch yoga, can do so much like for your mental health. It changed my life, and even though I've not been to yoga in a while, it's probably like 2 years now, which is a long time, I honestly credit it for changing my mindset. Like, it made me believe in myself, and eventually it made me realise that I deserve to find love and be loved. And I never thought that like yoga, hippies, hugging trees, like sort of shit would get to me, like, but it is real. It is one that people don't really look at as exercise, look at it as hippy dippy shit. No, yoga is for everyone. Yoga is so good. It is so misunderstood, and it is so underappreciated for what it can do for your body, your mind, and just like everything. I would definitely recommend yoga if you're struggling with mindset and getting through fitness, because you might actually like doing yoga to keep your fitness up. So I would definitely recommend yoga. So phase 2, how did I go on to phase 2, which was then weight training. After about 2 years and losing all the weight that I needed to, I just felt like a stick, like there was no muscle to me, because the circuit that I was doing was very much cardio and endurance training, as opposed to actually toning and getting your muscles and kind of like the full package. So I spoke to one of the girls, Shaz, absolutely loved Shaz, and I was like, look, I just feel like I may be outgrown here and that I could like start gaining muscle, because I looked at her body and I thought, body goals, she had the muscles, she was really toned, and I was like, need that. I'd done all the weight loss, I was like, I just want to get the gains now. And I spoke to Shaz, she was like, why don't you come to one of the classes with me at the big gym? And I call this the big gym, it's basically just a gym that has boys, girls, all the machines, there's no circuits, no safety net of the circuit, should I say. And she took me to Lee Mills body pump class, and I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. But I absolutely loved it, and when I joined my local gym to Lee Mills every Monday, and through Lee Mills I then learned like exercises that I could be doing in the gym. So I would say, if you want to go to a gym, you want to go to classes, but you don't really feel confident in the gym floor, you're scared of the free weights and you're not really confident in the gym floor, I would definitely say start with Lee Mills classes. So Lee Mills is like your body pump, your body combat, your grit, body attack, like these kind of workouts that are high intensity. It's a fantastic program, like most gyms do it. And you can also get Lee Mills on demand. So like when I was in lockdown, I actually downloaded Lee Mills on demand. I think it's like £12 a month, might be cheaper, but basically you get access to all the workouts, all the classes that you can do in the comfort of your own home, and maybe even try that first. If you liked it, then join a gym that has these classes available so you can do stuff in the classes too. But doing things like body pump, you learn how to use a barbell properly, and you learn what muscle groups you're working. So like there'll be a soundtrack for squats, you know what muscle that's working. There'll be a soundtrack for kind of triceps or biceps, and you know what that's working. And it kind of helps when you get into a big gym, because it's like you know how to work the muscle, and you can kind of start developing a workout routine around what you learn in body pump. Never had a PT, not through any of my phase 2. I've never had a PT, I've never had any help. I have been completely self-taught. Obviously had help from like watching Instagram vids and stuff like that. Like Lucy Davis is honestly a godsend. Like they call themselves PT in a pocket, and she absolutely is. Like watching her videos, she really explains to you like how to do the exercises, and being a fellow short gal, she gives like short gal tips. And I honestly really like her videos, how I actually learned to do a hip thrust properly, and just seeing how they put the workouts together, and like say a push day, a pull day, a shoulder day, and seeing the stuff they do, it's quite helpful. But obviously you've then got to take that video of them firing their workouts together and try and learn how to do it properly. Weight training is tough because you do have to be working the muscles properly while isolating others, whilst like deadlifts, for example, deadlifts are so complicated, like it is no joke. It's taken me about 2 years to learn, no shit. Obviously if I had a PT I would have learned a lot quicker, but being self-taught, like when you deadlift you have to think of so many things at the same time, like pull your core in, pull your pelvis in, like tilt down, hips back, like knees in a certain position, don't fully lock them, your shoulders need to be back, your tin needs to be tucked, like you need the perfect position to actually feel it. And then when you roll back up, like all these things, like actually when you first like deadlift and you're going down and having to checklist yourself, like core in, pelvis in, like all these things, like it's so complicated. I've had an easier journey on Tinder, like honestly, and that's seeing someone who watched my last video. My Tinder journey was fucking complicated, but deadlifts are worse than any of those guys ever. The free weight section of the gym is so intimidating. Like you first join and you just see this big massive, like almost like see the Hollywood Walk of Fame, that's like how the free weight section looks, and you see all these buff people in front of it and you're like, fuck this, I'm out. It's so intimidating because you don't want to do it wrong and you don't want to make a twat of yourself basically. I remember I used to do like cable machines and stuff, and I'd watch over at people. And I also learned this way, I feel you can learn a lot from people in the free weights. Now I don't mean like always watching, because that is creepy, but like if you're literally on a machine, right, and just take side glances at people doing their reps, you can like learn that. And then when you're next to it, when the gym's a bit quieter, you can go, okay, they were doing this, and kind of adapt from it. And I definitely found that helpful for stuff. Like, I seen people do like lat raises and all these things, and I actually learned that and a lot of my cable stuff through just watching people in the gym. Don't make it weird. Another tip for like weight training, I would say, is start on the cables and the machines, because muscle you would like to work in the free weights, there's a machine for that. And any muscle will have a machine, but it will also have the diagram on the machine normally telling you how to work that muscle. Now it will tell you what it should be hitting, so the muscles you should feel it in, as well as giving you a 2-step instruction of how to pull the machine or push it or whatever you have to do to the machine. Also very quickly and very safely change your weight by just a wee cable. And that obviously is a lot safer, because you're not trying to like pull up weights that are a lot heavier than you can currently lift. And it also feels less intimidating, because say you went to pick up a weight and you struggle to lift it, you'd be like, is everyone watching me? Like, oh my god, I made such a tit of myself. So you would probably feel less stressed, less anxious if you start on the machines. And I used to feel kind of like, oh, I'm just doing machines, I'm not getting a proper workout. You're still getting a good workout in the machines, sure. Your range of motion is probably a lot more constricted, but you're doing the reps the way you should be, as opposed to if you just went into the free weights and just thought, I'm hitting this, when you absolutely are not. You can't do deadlifts, you can't do big compound lifts on cables. Obviously, like now fitness gyms have evolved, like you have a hip thrust machine that was never there before in any like basic gyms. Now you have hip thrust machines. However, I would say I always prefer to do the actual barbell lift as opposed to the machine. I fucking hate the machines. I feel like once you get past your kind of initial anxiety, you'll do the machines, like see your wee quads, your leg curls and stuff. Machines are perfect, but I feel like hip thrust and all that, nothing beats a barbell. When you go into the free weights, right, people might give a wee side glance to see who's joining them in the free weights, but they're not actually watching you like you think they are. Like, I used to think, oh my god, they smell newness, like, they're going to know I'm new, they're going to know I don't know what I'm doing, I don't belong here. Bullshit. No one cares. They don't give a shit. They need to care too much about their own workout, and especially if they're like really big. They are too much in their own reflection to even notice you. It is more chill than you probably like ever even get to. Like, your head probably doesn't go to that. The free weights is chill point. You just see panic, alert, avoid mission. Honestly, like, don't be scared of the free weights. Just like, as long as you know what you're hitting, then don't be like scared of the free weights. Also, always start at the lowest weight. Like, don't get gym ego, right? I still get gym ego. Don't go to that place in your head where you're like, I don't want to be seen lifting a wee 2. I don't want to be seen lifting a 2. I'm going to lift a 5. And then you go to lift a 5 and you're like, right, not cool. I used to get gym ego, and I still do, where I don't think it's cool to be seen lifting a certain weight when other people around me are lifting 10s, 12s, but that's because they worked to that point. I will repeat, that is because they worked to that point. You can also work to that point if you start somewhere. Those people lifting those weights, they were on 2s to start with, they then went to 4s, they then went to 5, 6, all these things. You feel me? All have to start somewhere, and there is no room for gym ego, because you will hurt yourself. Now, when you start lifting and you get to a point where you've been lifting and you start getting muscles, you know what you're doing, you'll then enter what I like to call phase 3. Now, phase 3 for me was about the real gains. So I had gained muscle, my body was expanding, I had actually gained weight, which was muscle weight, and I was liking where things were going. But now it was time to set some real goals, such as what body parts do I really want to focus on when I want to lift heavier and keep exceeding that. So going from the girl that use piercings and medical conditions at a PE to now being this girl that thrives free weight section, and the gym is just to actually find an exercise that is catered to something you like, how you can really flourish. So for me, that was Zumba. I absolutely love Zumba, body combat, and weight training, like weightlifting, just lifting heavy shit. And I have this motto that when I'm feeling stressed, smash a personal best, not someone's face. The gym for me is my happy place, it's my sanctuary, it's a place to go to when I feel happy, sad, depressed, anything. And without it, I would be in a really dark place, feeling shit about myself. Like, it is the best mental health therapy that isn't therapy. I can honestly recommend. Like, it gives you structure, routine, it provides comfort, it provides a safe space for when you're feeling like you don't really have anywhere. Like, the gym can be that place where you feel 100% your true authentic self, and I feel like that is something that a lot of people doesn't realise how such a good promoter for mental health. Like, obviously you're boosting all these things in your head, and like that just comes with exercise, but just like putting yourself in a structure and a routine does so much to your mental health, and I cannot recommend it enough. Like, even if you're not on a weight loss journey, if you're on a mental health journey, I definitely recommend exercising, and particularly weight training. So this is a wee Q&A part, so I was asked some questions. Now, if you have any question, you've watched this video and you feel I've not answered anything, or you just want me to elaborate on anything, let me know down below, give me your questions down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. But I did have some questions from people on Instagram, and one of them was about what if you don't have a friend to go to the gym, or should you go to the gym with a friend? Now, personally, I felt like a friend distracted me, especially if these are different fitness levels. So say I was more of a gym goer, they were new, they kind of relied on you to teach them, and that took up some of your workout time, and your concentration wasn't fully there when you're meant to be working your muscles. So I would say, find if you have a fitness friend that's maybe at the same level as you and has the same goals as you, so they really do want to work out, they don't just want to chat, then find a friend like that. But if it's a friend that really just wants a gossip and a catch up, and they're using the gym to do that, patch that. Like, honestly, you'll just end up frustrated after your workout and feeling like you didn't really complete it. Like, my boyfriend's been coming with me for over a year now, and I actually feel sad when he's not there, which is weird because I was always like a lone wolf. There's obviously benefits to having a gym partner, they can spot you and all these things, so I definitely see it has to be the right gym partner. Definitely choose your gym friends and your gym buddies wisely. Someone asked me what's my favourite kind of cardio exercise. So I would say, in terms of cardio, I do a lot of reps sometimes to kind of lose calories when I'm doing my weight training. But if I was to do cardio, I guess you would say body combat for me, defos. Like, obviously Zumba is a no-brainer, but body combat, you're toning as you're punching. So I would definitely say, if you like high impact and you really want to get into something without much time to overthink it, talk yourself out of it, body combat's amazing because it's so fast paced that you have no time to think or talk yourself down or like worry that you're doing shit. So I definitely say like body combat's a good one for cardio as well as toning up. And if we're talking about actual exercise, obviously any form of weight training, but I would say my favourite day is probably a push day. A push day for me is just like your shoulders and chest. I always find I feel really strong lifting anything with my shoulders, and that's probably the day that I feel most satisfied and enjoy lifting because I feel like I'm really lifting the weights, and I definitely get the most satisfaction on a push day. My favourite exercise has to be hip thrust. Like, I absolutely love hip thrust. Like, once you master the skill, it's so rewarding, and my is definitely seeing the benefits of those hip thrusts. Like, my peach has never looked peachier. I honestly recommend learning the method of the hip thrust and applying it to your leg days because she is good. She is the shit. I recommend them. Really will like rapidly change your leg day, and you can always progress with them as well. So yeah, definitely recommend hip thrusts. It's actually my leg day today. I'm filming this, then I'm going to do a leg day after, so it's actually my glutes day today, which means hip thrust. I just love the pump after hip thrust, like doing that wee leg back mirror stand after doing hip thrust. Nothing beats seeing your peach looking picture, like that pump. Oh my god, live for the pump. Cheeky cheeky. Obviously meant muscle pump this time. It's sad because I put a poll up and most people say that they tend to start exercising, eating healthier in January and then give up. Like, happens to a lot of people. I just think get demotivated, or you start with intentions, you don't see results right away and you think, oh fuck, it's not working. Just try and find your exercise niche and I promise you it will work. You're not going to love exercise overnight. Like, it is a slow burn. Like, you won't enjoy it overnight. It doesn't happen like that, sadly. I mean, I think I've covered pretty much everything about my journey and tried to make it as in-depth as possible. Let me know down below if there's anything you feel I should have included, you want to ask me, or just anything at all. Do you tend to start in January and then give up? Do you think after watching this you might try harder or try to find an exercise you like? Has this inspired you in any way? Let me know down below. Hit that wee bell and subscribe to my channel, and please follow me on Instagram at thatvaingal, especially if you like a wee bit of tea spill at the end of the month where you can take part in the polls. Next month we'll be going back to polls where I discuss people's answers and give my own more in-depthly rather than just me talking about my own journey. But I still hope you enjoyed it. I really do, because it's me putting myself out there and just talking all about me, and that is quite nerve-wracking, but I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something from it. Yeah, if you're going on a journey after this, please keep me updated on it. I would love to know. Follow me on socials, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you so soon. Stay safe and sassy. Bye.